Moving on to the other story from Mumbai, after the Bombay High Court blow to the politics of quota, the Maharashtra government has pledged a fight back. Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has promised to challenge the Bombay High Court verdict on job quotas in the Supreme Court. In a landmark verdict, the Bombay High Court struck down Maharashtra government's job quota for Marathas and Muslims. That's a previous Maharashtra government's quota. The state government had earlier provided 16% reservation for Marathas in recruitment and educational institutes. The state government had also provided 5% reservation for Muslims in jobs. The court, while striking down the job quota, has upheld Muslim quota in educational institutes. The next hearing in the case has been slated for the 5th of January. The decision by the Prithvi Raj Chavan government had created a special reserved category. The Maratha Muslim quota had increased the total reservation in the state to 73% from the earlier 52%. That was much more than the ceiling of the 50% that has been prescribed by the Supreme Court. The Chief Minister, remember, has promised a fight back. The argument that had been made against this quota was that Marathas are traditionally powerful and wealthy, and that of course it goes against the Supreme Court order that has set the ceiling of reservation at 50%. We have Vidya joining us live from Mumbai for more on the story. Vidya, explain to us really what were the arguments that were taken into consideration by the Bombay High Court?
Well, certainly there were 4 PIs that had been filed in the case, and all of them said one thing and clearly is that it goes against the constitutional rights, which is in the Indira case that has been laid down by the Supreme Court. It says very clearly that there cannot be reservation more than 50%. This was certainly going beyond that, but it did say that certainly since Muslim community was quite backward, it needed education, so the 5% reservation in education was upheld. But Marathas are not backward. It's not accepted. The Narayan Brane committee report, which said that they needed reservation, it was a backward class, it needed upliftment, and that has been rejected. And the court has very categorically said that in its interim order that they did not need reservation either in education or jobs, and that's the reason that has been stayed. Though this is only an interim order, and the entire discussion on the final hearing will be held in January, and only then will we know whether even this 5% that has been upheld by the court at the moment will stay or not. But until then, while we were speaking to the BJP government here in Maharashtra, they have said, Mr. Fadnavis himself has said that they would want to go back to Supreme Court against this order. They will look into the order and go into the Supreme Court against it, asking for a reservation for Marathas as well.
Vidya, this ordinance really was brought about in a very hurried manner, even by the Congress NCP government. A short backgrounder really on the manner in which this rule was brought in place.
Well, Marathas form almost 25-26% of the entire population of Maharashtra. They had been asking for reservation, and it was only in the last minute, right before the elections had been announced and the government has to take, close their offices for the elections. It was at that time that the entire ordinance was promulgated and passed by the governor. It had to be passed on by resolution, but that was not really done because the government had completed its hours of duty in the office. But as soon as this entire ordinance had come into force, there were people filing petitions in the Bombay High Court against this very order. While the election was being held, the Congress and NCP had gone to the people, especially the Marathas and Muslims, and told them that we got this entire reservation done for you, so vote for us. That was certainly an election game plan. That was something that was put forth by the petitioners as well in the Bombay High Court.